Hello and welcome to Baka-Talk. Today we have no topics. With me as always is Boom.
We are NPR.
And with me also is Pyrolus.
Ohio, idiots!
We have nothing to talk about except Lucky Star. And what is that game called?
Chaos Head.
Chaos
Head. I've been watching Fairy Tale.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
We have that to talk about too.
Yeah.
I haven't been watching anything.
Have you done your daily prayers to Baka-chan? She's watching us as always.
Remember, the
No,
3
you-
Hail Marys, the 8 Bakas, and then the 12 Lucky Stars.
No, you just have to take Baka-chan on a date every once a month.
It gets expensive.
It does get expensive. She has high taste.
I don't understand how, I set her on the chair in the picture frame, and next thing I know, food's in front of her, and I got a bill,
I know.
and the
She
food's
ate
gone.
12 Big Macs. How does a picture frame do that?
She already.
You took her to McDonald's? You don't bring a date to fast food.
I'm broke, dude.
She always forced me to go to the fancy restaurant where it's like $200 a plate.
I started bringing her to the
Do you know how
buffets.
much 12 Big Macs is?
I have to pay for 3 buffets for her.
Yeah, she's very pricey and big fan of jewelry,
Somehow the
expensive
picture
jewelry.
doesn't get stained though. I don't get it.
Yeah, she's high maintenance.
Ever since we found out the one thing and we've started suspecting the one thing's based off the one thing, I can't look at it the same anymore.
You're saying where the author or the artist of the drawing, or the fan artist of the fan drawing that I have hanging up in my room might have drawn it because it looked like his girlfriend?
Yes, and I cannot look at it the same way ever since we made that discovery of possibility.
Hey, that person is on another podcast called Look Behind You.
Why are you plugging in his own other shows?
I don't know.
You're
Yeah,
great for
Just
being a plug.
Yeah, I'm good at just adding things in when it doesn't need to be.
You know what we can talk about that you did do?
What?
You're on TikTok now.
I am on
Gross.
Oh
TikTok.
You've joined
The Chinese
the degeneracy
Communist
of
Party.
TikTok.
So what I did is I started posting clips of my videos there. Zero effort. Just
Yeah.
taking chunks out of my already made videos, throwing them on TikTok, getting views, and then pointing them and saying, go watch my YouTube video because I don't care about TikTok.
Have you got any extra
I can't really tell.
Not yet.
Also, the links don't work. I think you have to copy and paste it. So that makes it harder too. The link in the description.
Since they're
of the
usually made on phone.
TikTok, yeah. So if they manage to,
You don't know how to create a hyperlink?
not really. I don't know if it works on TikTok's description thing.
Oh, usually if you're writing out text, you can usually just make a hyperlink to something
I'll have to
and then
figure
have
out.
it go directly to that site.
Yeah, I'll have to figure it out. It might be a TikTok thing where they don't let you though. I don't know.
Makes sense for who owns
Because
TikTok.
yeah,
so.
it's also it's on your phone, so it's not it. It would have to send you from the app to a web browser or whatever.
Which usually
know.
it will do.
Yeah, so
But,
it
yeah.
seems like it should work, but it doesn't show up blue.
Ah.
So anyways, so they would have to copy paste it. So what I'm saying is, if I went to my YouTube analytics, it wouldn't say came from TikTok.
Right.
It would just be other people. So I don't know. It's
This is
gotten
a simple
over
way to find out how
1,000
it came
views,
from
though.
TikTok or not. All you gotta do, look at the ages. When you see the 8 to 5 range, you know where it's coming from.
Well, YouTube doesn't have that range because that's illegal.
They don't have age demographic?
Not for
they
that
do
young
have
anymore.
an age demographic, but it
It's
goes
18
from
and
13.
younger. Oh, is it 13?
13
younger?
to 18 is what the graphic is. 13
Yeah,
to
wait.
18, and then
Huh.
18 to 24 or whatever.
Either way, if 13 is big, you know where it's
But,
coming from.
yeah. Or it's the 40 whatever because they're using their parents' phone.
Our
Or that, yeah.
podcast literally has 0 to 17 demographic.
Huh. Yeah.
Well, they're not affected
See,
by the COPPA.
Yeah.
Because of the ads.
About 10% of our audience could be 0 years old.
Oh my
Dude,
goodness.
It's perfect. You just get some psychopaths out there and you're in heaven.
We have literal babes listening to this podcast.
Literal babes.
If you listen to this podcast, you might be a babe.
Or
Congratulations.
you could be a
babe.
17-year-old kid.
Yep.
One of the two.
Oh yeah, if you're 18, you're not listening to this though.
Either way, the world's not like going your way pretty well. So
Especially recently.
I'm gonna check YouTube and to prove it.
Yeah.
Because I might be totally insane.
I think you're just BSing.
No, he's probably right because of the cop.
Analytics.
Probably.
Yeah. There is YouTube Kids. Like,
There is YouTube Kids.
They should just be like, I don't know.
Have you guys seen those memes where they have YouTube Kids and then they have Messenger and then they have Messenger Kids
Yeah.
and then they have, I think it's a third site that's like, I don't know, it's another. Oh, it's like Netflix and
Yeah.
Netflix Kids, and it has obviously the next evolution is they have then they have Pornhub.
Yeah, Pornhub for kids.
And
and
then
then there's
Pornhub for kids.
Caboose from Red vs. Blue. Wait, that's illegal.
Yeah, I love those memes.
Sorry, this is a one-time. YouTube is just like, hey, we want to make sure it's you.
I
But
love
it's
it
not
when they
you.
do that.
Here we
Just
go.
when you need to just like check one little thing.
When they can
Need-
easily save your MAC address, and I probably have. And that never
Need-
changes.
Yeah.
Hey,
So not to change the subject totally, but Pyrolis,
Yes.
you've been playing Chaos Head.
Dang flippin' right, I've been playing Chaos Head.
So
okay. They have from 13 to 17. They have 18 to 24, and from 25 to 34.
They don't have anything higher?
17% of my audience, 17.5% of my audience is a 25 to 34-year-old men, and 69% of my audience
Nice.
is 18 to 24-year-old men, and 13.3% of my audience is 18 to 24-year-old females. But they go up to 65 years plus.
Oh, okay.
That's the highest it gets to. But yeah, nothing below 13.
Yeah, we're running at like 75-25 for like female to male ratio on the podcast.
Yeah, 75% female.
No,
Oh.
25% female.
I was about to say, what?
So if you're part of the 25, hi. How
Hello.
you doing?
He's single and ready to mingle.
Yeah.
Like a
No,
can of
that's not
Pringles.
what I meant. Gee.
And whether you're male or female,
It
you
doesn't
could be a
matter.
0-year-old babe.
Could be.
Come hit Boom up at his address over at... What's the street address here?
This is New
This
Mexico.
podcast
Somewhat Fish
is
Road.
Friends of Babies. We like babies. Wait a second.
Hold on, I'm over there.
Yeah, it'll be great that all these parents are just like, here's your Baka-Talk, put the headphones on. Stop chewing on the headphones, Timmy.
That's what I'm doing with my children.
Yeah.
It's funny too because on YouTube I have to, because what we talk about, I have to put the not made for children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do too. I don't know if it does anything, but
It does. It,
I put it on there.
Puts like
just in
if
case.
the YouTube, because it tracks your age.
If you say made for children, it will
Yeah.
put it on the kids app.
Yeah.
If it's not made for children, it's not allowed on the kids app, as well as
An age restriction gets put on
Age
it usually, and you can get ads.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. YouTube is janky in that way.
janky. It's just a giant AI amalgamation of weird videos.
They're just like, we might get sued, kinda, because Logan Paul is a scam artist. So
He bought a like $35,000 AR-15.
yeah,
dang,
Yeah.
he made a bunch of like shady websites for kids to.
Then he
spend
shot his
money
brother.
on. What?
Did you say he shot at his brother?
I'm pretty sure that probably happened at some point.
Probably. He just went up to his
Sounds like
mansion
it.
like, hey,
Guess what I got? Oh, I want to try.
now stand over here with an apple on your head.
Nice.
We apologize to all of our 3-year-old audience that loves Logan Paul.
I do not. No one should love that monster.
He's kind of messed up.
Which one does the boxing fights? Is that
Logan
Logan?
Paul, yeah.
Yeah.
The fake boxing fights
The
with
fake
Merriweather
boxing fights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
with a 50-year-old man.
I mean,
Yeah.
he still did get the crap beat out
I
of
mean,
him.
the fake boxing fight's way better than the scamming children for these like
Yeah.
entertainment classes or whatever. Where it's like, I'm gonna teach you to be an influencer. Step 1, get rich.
Step 2, watch this video for 30 minutes. It's just about this chicken clucking around.
Step 3, be cool. Yeah. Buy big house. Record big house.
Step 4, go to Japan and videotape a dead person.
Step 5, go to Track Supply and pick up chicks.
Step 6, scam kids with pointless. Wait a second.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta love YouTube.
Oh,
You got
man.
people like that, and then you go to like the other side where it's literally like this wholesome middle-aged dude like teaching you the facts of life.
Yeah.
Like, this is how you tie a tie, and this is how you like, I don't know, build a birdhouse.
YouTube
Then
is
there's
so weird.
the good old someday we're all going to die.
Yeah.
It's so vast. YouTube's so vast that it goes from just like really high effort like comedy like videos to just
Yeah.
like what even is happening.
You have like full TV show production of like people doing like live like,
Yeah.
TV shows and stuff, and then you have people that like post a 30-second anime clip and get 5 million views.
Just like what the heck. So anyways,
I put peanut butter on my brother. Look at him.
or just like the 5-second like bread sitting on the counter and then
Yeah.
it falls over. Let's go, number 1 content.
Didn't Markiplier do a weird like YouTube skit thing where like he
He turned his friend into the popcorn.
no, he did this one random video
that
where
was wasn't that somebody else?
No, that's Markiplier.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
he did this one random skit where he's like, I'm gonna waste 2 minutes of your time, and he just stares at the camera for 1 minute and 59 seconds, and then he's like, ha, did it, and then ends the video.
I watched a Minecraft YouTuber spin around in a chair for like 3 minutes or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was actually entertaining.
I watched somebody count to 1,000 once.
Mr. Beast old videos.
Oh
that are just like,
yeah, I remember that.
yeah. He is the definition of YouTube. It's just like it goes from like I'm counting to 10,000. 1, 2, 3 to
2.
like I bought this entire island and a car and I'm giving it to my grandma if she completes the skydiving challenge.
Oh, I will let
Get
my
on the plane,
friend.
grandma.
I will let my friend buy Walmart, the entire Walmart, if he stays in the circle for 5 hours.
I was watching like football or something, and there's this advertisement of this guy that was like, it was for this like glass like mat for like a chair or something. And anyways, the guy like that starts it is just like, I saw this product in an advertisement somewhere or something, and I liked it so much I bought the company. They're like, yeah, that's kind of like how Mr.
Are you
Beast
sure you're
is.
not talking about Ryan Reynolds with Mint Mobile?
No.
Or with aviation gin.
This guy was like super serious too, and it was funny. He's
That's
just like,
funny.
I liked it so much I bought the company. It's like, oh my goodness.
I listened to this one podcast that's all about money and finance and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's actually a radio show. But anyways, he records and put it on a podcast.
Yeah.
And one person called and he's like, so I'm like $6 million net worth, and I went to this restaurant one time and I really liked it, so I just bought the restaurant. What should I do with it? And the guy was like, wait a second, you bought a restaurant? He's like, yeah, I just kind of wanted it. And he's like, you impulse bought a restaurant because you went there one time and liked the food.
That's great.
He's like, yeah, and it's not really making money right now. Like, what should I do with it? And he's like, well, do you like the restaurant? And the guy's like, yeah. And he was like, well, keep it, I guess.
Obviously, you're making money somehow.
But it was just the most random things. Like, yeah, I have $6 million net worth. And it's just like, yeah, I bought this restaurant because I really like the food.
Yeah, Mr. Beast is gonna be like, I bought an entire Walmart and then fired all the employees and then bought all the employees in their own Walmarts. Huge prank.
Mr. Beast will eventually get to the point where he's like, I bought this store and all the employees in it. I know it is slavery, but I don't care.
And then I
bought
treated them
Mars.
super well. Yeah, just like I blew up the moon and then rebuilt it as a spaceship that'll destroy the Earth if the population becomes over 1 million.
Hey, Gurren Lagann.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's already over 1 million.
He'll wipe out the population too. He'll just be like, I destroyed the entire population to save the Earth.
And then he'll also be like, I will create a race of animal hybrids.
Okay, I'm kind of on board with this. What kind of animal hybrids we're talking about?
Like Gurren Lagann, like the main race that's on top of the planet is like all animal hybrids.
I've never seen Gurren Lagann. Are they like furries or are they like actual
I don't know.
Kind of a mix.
They're like animal people
Yeah.
thing. I don't know.
They're called beast men. So,
Yeah,
okay.
Beastmen.
yeah.
It does not clarify anything for me.
There's no cat girls in it.
Oh, okay. That's all I needed.
I mean, there's girls. I think there's a cat girl scene in it at one point.
I have no idea.
I don't remember. Anyways, you watched or played Chaos Head.
Been playing Chaos Head.
Yeah. So what is it?
Well, Chaos Head is the initial story in the science adventure universe, which is, and it takes place about a year before Steins Gate.
Okay, so it's in the same universe as Steins Gate?
Yes.
So in the same reality.
Yes.
Cool.
The reason why I know it's a year before is because in Chaos Head there is a frog character called Garo.
Yeah.
Well, in Steins Gate, Okabe mentions this frog character. He said it was popular a year ago,
Ah.
which places at this time, Okabe and Okabe would be like 17 and Mayuri would be 15 respectively
Okay.
during this time. While Steins Gate is more of about like science and time travel and a bunch of theories,
Yeah.
Chaos Head is basically like supernatural powers.
Oh.
Like the main character suffers from this thing. Like so far the way that this stuff starts, I love it, but I'm not telling you how it starts. That way you guys can be surprised if you play it and or watch it. But basically the main character suffers from this thing that makes him feel like someone's watching him. Basically like extreme paranoia. He gets to the point where like he tries to ignore it, but he starts sweating very much and he just has to turn around very suddenly.
Yeah.
And he in his mind he thinks, whose eyes are those eyes? You know, like it's just something that he constantly has in his mind. And eventually like someone randomly messaged him, whose eyes are those eyes? And he's like, ooh, I don't like that. I've never told anyone about that. And like
Dang.
this guy, he's basically like the standard Japanese otaku.
Yeah.
He lives in, well, not standard, I guess, but he lives in like a crate, like a metal storage crate on top of an apartment building because his dad knows the owner. And his mom was too overbearing, so he's like, I'm moving out, Dad. I'm moving somewhere. And his dad was like, no, I want you to move here because you're closer and I know where you live. And he's like, fine, as long as I'm out of the house. So he moves there. And a lot of his money he makes off, basically he gets rare items in a game and he sells them to people over the internet. And that's how he makes a lot of his
I know
money.
a couple people like that.
Yeah, that's how he makes a lot of his money in a
That's
game.
pretty epic.
Like he's played a certain game for so long that he's maxed out his character like 6 times and restarted it, and he's basically deemed as a god in that game by the people that play it.
That's kind of cool.
So but the game kind of like his character contrasts how he is in reality, because in reality like he's gotten to the point where he does not like going outside at all. He's got a schedule where he only has to go to school 2.5 times a week because he aces the quizzes and tests. The only reason why he doesn't just not go to school at all is because the parents get upset if he doesn't. So he's like, fine, 2.5 days a week. They don't complain, so I'll do that.
So he's like a super smart guy then.
Kind of, yeah. Basically. Not too smart, but smart.
Okay.
But it's kind of hard to explain. But no, so he goes through his life. He does not like the 3D women. The 3D women are not alright. He likes the 2D girls. A little too much, in my opinion. But he likes the 2D girls. Like his sister comes to visit him. Apparently, he calls her his mother's assassin because she like sends her out to like check up on him, and he's just like, gross. A 3D woman coming to my house without like asking permission. That's gross. And then she goes into his fridge like, oh, now she's getting my stuff without permission. And she grabs his Coke that he was drinking and drinks. He's like, now I gotta burn it. Her lips touched my Coke.
Oh, that's funny.
Kind of like Okabe, instead of obsessing over Dr. Pepper, he obsesses over Coke. Coke is the only thing he drinks.
Let's go.
You shut up.
I like
Coke is the only thing that he drinks.
It's not
I
the
mean,
only thing I
Okabe
drink, but
also
I do like
drinks
Coke.
other stuff.
He mainly drinks the Dr. Pepper.
He
Kind
does.
of.
Well, this guy
he
solely drinks
settles for other things.
Yeah, when he can't
a
get Dr. Pepper. This guy does not.
somehow he's not dead because of diabetes or anything.
Oh, hey, there was a lady I heard on the radio. She's like 101 years old. And they were like, what is the secret to your youth? And she's like, I drink a Dr. Pepper every single day.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, I guess it works for some people.
That's why I do it.
But she drinks like 1 can of Dr. Pepper a day. And she has for the past like...
Since it came out.
Since it came out, probably.
So you're saying she drinks 1 can of Dr. Pepper, but then she drinks water probably the rest of the day.
Probably, yeah.
That's really what's keeping
She, like,
her alive.
She like
but-
wakes up, is too tired to move, just like downs a Dr. Pepper, gets
Gets
the
the
energy,
energy.
just starts like drinking water, exercising, doing push-ups all day, and then
What else do you do when you're old?
I don't know.
That's
I
all
thought-
anime taught me to do.
Yeah,
is, like,
you
do push-ups.
you're
and-
fat and,
Ignore
like,
people, make them flip
You're fat
you
and
off
unhealthy when you're young because you know it won't kill you.
Yeah.
And then as you get older, you just like exercise all the time because you've got nothing else to do. Yeah. Because you're old and your mind's all feeble, so you can't
Yeah.
even like comprehend anything. You're just like, move body and I get food eventually. Sleep. Pain. Life.
Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper.
You're saying you just turn into a muscle head when you're like 80 years
Yeah.
old, like work out, eat, pain again.
Grandchildren, are these edible? No? Okay. Where's food?
I give them candy now.
I give them candy. Yeah, that's what's going on in every old person's head. They just don't tell you.
Yeah.
When your grandma's just like, oh, it's so nice to see you. And she like grabs your cheek. She's just like, is this edible? Is this food?
That's why she pinched so hard.
Yeah.
Or like when your grandpa like clenches your hand, he grabs it. That's a strength
Yeah.
test. He's like, is this weak enough to eat?
Can I rip off
It's like,
their
can
arm?
I rip this off and eat it?
That's why I like go firmly back, otherwise he will do it.
He's like, is my teeth strong enough to bite into
I've
this?
seen it happen.
It's a predatory like effect that if you squeeze
Yeah.
hard enough, they'll back away.
Yeah, basically.
You're old enough that you're just like, if I don't eat food, I'm gonna die.
Anyways, so the main character is like a total otaku,
Basically.
and he has this weird feeling that he's always
Watched
being
all
watched.
time. Yes.
So I'm guessing the story kind of devolves after that into like more supernatural stuff. and-
So he starts talking with his buddy Grim, which I found funny because one of my friends calls himself Grim. I'm starting to see some connections here that I don't like. But anyways,
well, are you paranoid?
yes. Anyway,
Is your friend Grim called Grim because of this visual?
I don't know.
Ooh, maybe it is.
Anyways, his friend Grim like sends him like gore stuff. Like, oh, check this art out, and it's like, another person's spleens and stuff were scattered all over again. Nice. Well, basically, his buddy Grim doesn't know, like, hey, did you hear about those murders in your area? What do you mean those murders in the area? Yeah, no, like a group of teenagers jumped off a cliff. Not off a cliff, off a building, and then like the next day, a teenager was found with a unborn fetus shoved into his stomach.
Whoa! This went from 0 to 100
It does.
real quick.
It really does. Yes, I was not expecting any of it. I was expecting something like Steins Gate. I was like, yeah, there's gonna be
Yeah.
some gore. And I was like, yeah, no, a man got killed, then his stomach got cut open and
Like
neatly
the
stitched
most
a fetus
gory
inside.
thing that happens in the original Steins Gate is like Mayuri gets hit by a train,
Yeah, you know,
and you don't
Yeah.
even see anything.
Or like Okabe stabbing himself.
yeah, I
Yeah.
guess
Probably,
that's pretty gory.
Probably like the goriest. That's like the only scene that there's like blood in that I can think of.
And there has to be blood because it's like part of the story.
Yeah.
It's not like gore to be gore. It's
yeah.
well, this is part of the story. It's not going to be gory, but it's like,
like, I don't
Dang,
know.
it's a
They didn't have to have
drop.
a fetus shoved
Well,
up somebody's
That,
stomach.
it's got to be like a cultist thing. So that's like insane.
so. Anyways, as it goes, like he's talking to his buddy Graham, like someone else joins the chat, doesn't speak the entire time basically, and as they're like talking, the main character's like, okay, I'll look more into this later. Like he does some research, like I don't like this, but I don't want to tell Grim that because he's gonna think I'm a wimp when I'm a god in this game. Because like Grim knows him from the game.
yeah.
So then Grim leaves the chat, and the person that was there starts messaging him. He's like, whose eyes are those eyes? Like, oh my god, no! And he's like, it must be a coincidence. Must be a coincidence. And then all the time, like times like this, he starts getting the feeling, and like he gets the feeling a lot. So a lot of times he like snaps his head back, and the way it does it is weird because like when he looks back, the camera actually like pans backward into the animated room.
Okay.
And like when the character looks around, like the camera actually look up, look down, look side, look to the other side. It like puts you more in the character's shoes.
So it kind of like treats it more as like a horror like game than anything.
Kind of, yeah.
That's
Except you
kinda
can't
cool.
really control too much.
Right.
And then basically the new person, I forget what they called themselves, but they posted a bunch of images just randomly, and the guy was like, I'll click on one, I guess. Ends up being a picture of a person stapled to a wall, basically,
Oh,
like with stakes in the shape of crosses.
dang.
Yeah. So, anyways, he closes that, and the person leaves suddenly. He's like, "Well, I guess I'm gonna try to go to bed." And he shuts his computer off, tries to forget it. He goes to bed. When he wakes up, he goes to school, and as he goes to school, he notices someone following him. He's like, "I don't like this." And later on, as he's walking, he realizes it's a girl. And he's like, "Oh, now I don't like this even more." And so then he gets to school, and on the chalkboard it says, "Whose eyes are those eyes?" He's like, you know, he doesn't like that at all,
Right.
for obvious reasons. So then he sits down, and this guy, who is a ladies' man, like is pretty. He likes women a little too much, in my opinion.
So you have one character that likes 2D women a little too much in your opinion.
Yes.
And then you have another guy that likes women a little too much in your opinion.
Yes.
Okay.
This guy, he comes in and he's like, "Hey, Taku." That's the kid's name. I found it funny because it sounds like otaku. But his name's
Hey,
Taku.
Taco.
That's funny.
But the guy's like, "So guess how many women I slept with tonight?" And the guy's like, "I don't care, but I'm not gonna say anything." Like for some reason, like this guy's like popular, but for some reason bugs the crap out of him.
Yeah.
He kind of annoyed me a bit. I kind of didn't want him to survive. But anyways,
Isn't that great in shows where there's like a lot of people that die and you're just like, I hope this is the one. I hope this is the
yes,
one. JoJo actually did that. And then I was
Nice.
like, oh, I'm kind of sad. But he was kind of annoying.
he was really annoying.
Wait a second. Who are you talking about?
There's a character that dies in JoJo. That's
Yeah.
really annoying. It's later. It's
Oh,
way
okay.
later.
I thought you were talking about Caesar.
No.
That's me. Like, wait a
No,
second.
no.
But no, so he's a little annoying, a little bit too much annoying. And then when the school ends, usually when this guy goes to school, he goes to a internet cafe to play on a second account because he doesn't always like playing on his main account because his main account he has to act all loyal and like he doesn't do anything bad and no PKing and stuff. But on his second account, he does PKing, he does all the crimes, like he's like living two lives basically. But while he's there, he notices and he goes to get some drink, and he notices the reason why he chooses the room is because usually no one goes near there because it's too far away from the drink machine.
Yeah.
But he notices that someone was in the room next to him, and as he's walking by, he peeks over because the door was open, and it's on the computer monitor. It has the news articles. They're called the New Gen Murders, and that's what the murders are called. He sees that, and he's like, "Huh, all right then," and he walks past, and as he's filling up his drink, he sees the girl from earlier that was stalking him, hiding in the bathroom, looking at him. He's like, "Oh, I don't like that." So he gets his stuff and like books it. Well, as he's walking away, he thinks he got away from her, but she ends up across the street looking at him, and it's like, "Oh goodness!" So he goes to run away, and he trips over a moped or a motorcycle or something, falls over that, and basically the girl has to now help him to his apartment thing.
Okay.
And like they get there, and he doesn't like it. Oh, by the way, before this,
You
I
don't
should
have to.
mention-
You don't have to explain everything.
Oh, this is kind of important. This 2D waifu, like came up to his mentally because he didn't want to trust no one. She's like, "You don't gotta trust anyone. Just trust me. Your waifu. It'll be fine." And so he's like, "Yeah, I don't trust any 3D women at all." Well, long story short, this girl starts ending up talking about manga to him because she sees all his waifus and stuff, and they get on a conversation, and lo and behold, she starts trusting him. I mean, he starts trusting her, and then some stuff happens, and he no longer trusts her because of it.
Okay.
And that's where I got so far.
All right. Cool.
Other than the fact I saw, Okay, there's a bit more, but I just accidentally skipped over that.
No, that's all right. It's all right. All right.
right.
I think you explained enough.
He
It
witnessed a
sounds
murder.
like an interesting
I saw a
story.
murder happen. I was hoping it was the one guy the
Yeah.
popular guy, but it was not. 'Cause
It
they
sounds
were
like a
wearing
really
the
cool
uniform.
story. That was a cool 25 or 20-minute recap of what you played so far. So cool.
Yeah.
With that, we're gonna take a quick break,
A time.
and then we'll be right back, and we'll
A
talk
time.
about some more
time.
anime-related stuff. See y'all on the other side.
And we're back. Did you enjoy the ad? I
No.
did.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
that was a less than chapter 1 of Chaos Head.
Yes, it was.
Now onto the stuff I missed.
I kind of. I kind of want to watch the anime now, especially since I've like the reviews. It looks like they crammed a ton of stuff into 12 episodes.
Yeah,
and
they
made it
probably
like
did.
really janky and horrible. So because of that, I kind of want to watch it because making videos about janky and horrible things are very entertaining.
Like I said, I can put the files on a thumb drive and let you play them.
Yeah,
That's playing, not
but
watching.
I definitely want to watch it
Oh,
because
playing and watching is the same thing. And with the visual novels.
I mean I want to watch the anime because the anime is bad.
That's what he's saying. He wants to make a.
I know, I'm
this
saying
is
he
the
wants a
worst anime ever.
comparison.
Yeah, it would be worth.
He doesn't need to play the game. He just needs to listen to you for an hour.
That's true.
At least.
You'll just have to tell me everything, and then I'll be like, well, in the anime, it was like.
And I'm like, anime. Screw the anime.
All right, so, yeah. So Chaos Head, pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it so far.
Too bad they don't localize things.
Yeah.
Kind of sucks.
Too bad they don't make it on Steam. You gotta make it hard to get to.
Right.
Of course, they have all the other ones, but not the first one.
Yeah.
'cause
Now the one that started
I
the
don't
science
know.
adventure.
That would make things easy.
It would be like if they like published all of One Piece in English except like the first volume.
That's
Yeah.
basically what happened.
Like that's stupid. Don't do that. Just do everything.
So
Okay.
I experienced something new out of anime that
What?
I've never experienced before.
What?
And it's the most random thing ever.
What?
I've experienced
BL.
filler episodes.
Oh. Oh, yeah, you're watching an older anime now.
Nice.
Yeah, I've never watched a long-running anime before
Yeah.
that just had filler
filler
episodes,
episodes. Yeah.
especially within the first 20 episodes.
Yikes.
So I'm like going along and watching Fairy Tail. I'm like, oh, this is a cool story. And then all of a sudden I watch one whole episode. I'm like, what the heck just happened? Like, this has nothing to do with the story. I was so confused. I went on the Reddit and some guy was like, oh yeah, you just like watched filler episodes. I'm like, oh, okay. And then there's two filler
Yeah.
episodes back to back.
With Bleach, you watch filler movies.
Fairy Tail, I guess, is kind of like that. There's a couple movies of Fairy Tail. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a yikes.
Yeah. I don't know. They weren't bad. They're really funny.
Yeah.
I
that's
enjoyed
good.
them. It's just, it was weird because I was like, I'm getting into the story, and all of a sudden one episode pops up. I'm like, I have no idea what just happened.
It is weird when they're just like, we have, constraints of whatever kind of like catching up with a manga
Yeah,
or whatever.
exactly.
So we're just gonna put in this random like nothing happened.
So we can keep up with the contract. And
Yeah.
It is kind of cool though because they are referencing the filler stories a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Like it's not just like pure filler where it's just like this is total fiction.
And then
like
they just like,
Naruto.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
not like they cut into like a whole different universe and then cut back
yeah,
out.
exactly. Like
That's nice.
this has a little bit of reference, and then it is a little bit of backstory as well, which is cool. But I'm really enjoying Fairy Tail.
That's
Like
good.
I've never watched a show that's like this is one arc and then this is another arc, and there's character development all the way through it.
Yeah,
That's manga for you, and it's
that's
beautiful.
cool.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've read manga. I've
Yeah.
read like long series, but
Yeah.
like the long series had like 3 seasons of 24 episodes.
Yeah.
And then was like done, and then you go to another series that's in
Mhm.
the same universe type of thing.
Right now, I'm watching I'm reading like a 200 volume so far manga.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. 200 volumes?
Chapter.
Oh.
Oh.
I was
volume.
gonna say volumes. That's like twice the size of One Piece.
I was
Holy
like,
crap.
dang,
man.
dude.
I'm halfway there. I
Yeah.
don't sleep at night.
200 chapters isn't too bad. One
Nah.
Piece is at like 1,000, and
Yeah.
I've read like 800 or something. So
I found out Chainsaw Man only has like 97 chapters.
I
Yeah.
know. But after reading like so much of One Piece, I look at all these other ones. It's like, oh, 150 chapters.
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, I read Bleach and had like 600 chapters, and that was
Yeah.
the first manga I read.
Well, it's also
Yeah, so after that, you're just like 100 chapters? Psh.
Basically, yeah.
well, it also depends how like the story's written out as well, because like
Yeah.
Kami-san can't communicate, or Kami can't communicate. They're like such short chapters that like by the time you're into volume 2 or 3, you're at like chapter like 50.
Oh, wow.
But like Soul Eater, by the time you're into like volume 2, you're on like chapter like 10.
I think Made in Abyss has really long chapters
does.
from what I saw.
Yeah.
Like it only has like 50 chapters, and the anime covered like 20 or something.
Wow.
Like it's really, really long chapters.
What I like is when I get a manga and it's like only 20 chapters. When I go in, it was like 50 pages. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or other ones where it's like 12 pages or whatever for this chapter.
I hate the thing where it's like, oh, this has like 30 chapters, and like each chapter is like a page,
Yeah.
and then you realize you're just reading a serial comic, and you're like, oh, okay.
Well, I don't like, and a lot of stuff with manga that I read has to be fan subs because it's not released in English. What they like to do is they like to go 35.1, 35.2, 35.3.
Yeah.
You get one part per week, and it's like I can wait 3 weeks for you to just do it all at once.
Yeah.
I don't mind doing that.
Monthly release is fine. Just do it all.
Yeah, breaking up in parts honestly kind of upsets me, and I've stopped reading multiple series because of it.
Yeah. I mean, you can't complain. I mean, you can. Nothing's stopping you from complaining,
No,
but you
I'm
can't
doing it, yeah.
complain too much because of the fact of it's fan dub, it's free. They're doing it out of the goodness of their heart or evilness of their heart. I don't know.
Yeah, but the same thing, and like at the bottom of every single one, it's like I need to take care of my sick mother. I'd like to get some money, and it's like I mean, that just makes me want to give less. Not gonna lie, when people say stuff like that, it makes me want to give less because they're like going for the pity. It's like if you need it that much, you could just get a job. I don't mind if you
Yeah.
don't release this anymore.
Yeah, there is something about
Yeah.
people like, oh yeah, I can't work because of my project, and like I have like no money for food, and it's just like, well then maybe you should go get a job, and get set in life,
Put the
and then
project
do
on the
your
back burner.
do your project.
Yeah.
And it's
like,
especially if you're doing a project that like you can't, it's not like you can actually do it. Like you can't really make money. Like,
No,
Yeah.
like this
like
one,
unless you actually went to like a publishing house to like translate
right.
manga.
Yeah.
Like that's a legit job you could get. But like doing it yourself, it's not like creating art or anything.
Right.
It's-
like the big ones, the popular ones, the good ones, they don't beg for money.
Right.
yeah.
But these smaller ones, they do. And it's
Yeah.
like, man, you need to stop.
Because I don't know, that's one problem with like just the world.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say the world, but mainly like younger generation is just they feel like anything they do should be like payable,
Well, it's
should
kind
be
of
like income occurring, and it's just like not everything you do does. Like we've been doing this podcast for a year, and what through our one single ad that we got through the
we made
distributor.
$9. I demand my 3.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I'm doing this is for my $3.
Yeah, like we are not we have a very small following of people.
Yeah.
We love you all, but like I can't just quit my job and do this full time.
Yeah.
I mean, there's enough work for me to quit my job and do this full time, but like there's not enough pay.
Give me money right now. I demand to get. My mom is homesick. I mean,
Yeah.
I know I might not live it, but she's homesick. I need the money so I can pay her. Give me the
Tyrolus
money.
is completely deaf and blind.
Give me the money. Give me the
and
money. Give me
mute.
the money.
You know,
give me
you,
the
you,
money.
s- you say sick mother, right?
Yeah.
But funny story, my mom is now the only person I know that has broken her femur.
Give me the money. Give me the money. Give me the money.
Where's your femur at? That's a
Your femur is the main bone.
my
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
broke her main bone.
Dang.
I was just like, how did you do that? And she's like, I don't know. I just did it.
That's crazy. So we need money to help Boom's sick mother.
No,
I mean
we don't.
3% of
injured
it.
mother.
3% is going to that. The rest is going to our
Yes.
pocketbooks, like most charities.
Yeah,
you donate to.
charities. You have to have. There's like a certain percentage where you can
3%.
consider it a charity, and then you can just take the rest.
I am not begging for money at all.
So,
But
well,
we
I'm
are.
begging for
We're
money
begging for
on
money
behalf
on
of Boom. I don't. There's no way you can actually support us right now directly, but I don't know. We'll give you our PayPal or something.
Send us money through the Gmail.
Yes.
There's actually two sites that
You know what? Go to askbaka-talk@gmail.com where you can send us just like any random questions or comments, and we might read them on the show. And then buy like a ton of gift cards and just give us like all the numbers, like Amazon gift cards,
Yeah.
and then we can buy manga. I mean, help.
This sounds
treat
more like a
Boom's
scam now.
mom.
And
No,
then
Yeah.
the only reason I brought that up is because he was talking about sick mother, and I was just like, that's a weird thing that happened to me today. It's like my mom broke her femur, and she doesn't know how. It's kind of weird.
That is weird.
Because like the only way you break your femur usually is like you fall off of something really high.
Yeah.
You get in a car accident, or somebody literally
Like
kicks
some
you.
crazy sports injury or something.
Yeah, like it's a sports injury, and it was weird. So yeah,
we're now going to be making a clothing line. It's going to be overpriced. Buy every single thing that we produce.
yes, we're gonna have a t-shirts, but as soon as you wash them, they shrink 3 sizes, and the
And the
printed
sticker.
on lettering washes off.
And we're
Yeah.
going to get hoodies.
We just put a sticker. We just get like these packs of stickers, put one sticker on the shirt, and then it's like, there you go, your custom
Hey,
shirt.
if it's like the old Walmart stickers you used to get that they'd hand out to you, those things were invincible.
That's true.
You'd stick it on your
I
shirt,
forgot
forget about
those.
it.
Oh my goodness, those are great.
We're going to put those on mugs.
Yeah.
Dishwasher safe.
I literally, when I was a kid one time, like my dad just slapped this sticker on my back when we were walking in. And like a week later, I found it on my shirt.
Oh
and I
my
was just
goodness.
like, how?
It's like, has this been washed?
It was washed.
That's crazy.
And that's what happens with some of the tire stickers we get at work. I like take them off, and then when no one's paying attention, I'll put them on one of the guys' backs, like gently drop it and watch
Yeah.
it float. And I'm like, hey, can you pull that car in? And they'll go over, sit in it, and like get all comfortable so it smears out of their
Yeah.
shirt. Then they'll have that on their back all day. It's great.
That's funny.
Nice.
But anyways,
I use my power for evil, and I love it.
we're kind of getting into a discussion about manga. Anybody been reading any cool manga?
I have been reading Trinity 7.
I hear that's a really good. I hear that's a good anime. I don't know much about the manga.
I watched part of the anime. I only got into the anime because I discovered it was an anime after I read the manga.
Okay.
More interested in the manga than the anime. And
Yeah.
that's why I haven't finished the anime. It's decent anime so far.
Yeah.
Manga I like. The
Okay.
guy's your normal stereotypical pervert that's going to become a harem king.
Yeah.
But it's pretty good. He's got a nice power development and some arc movements.
Nice. Is that, if I remember right, that's more categorized underneath like the magical high school
Yes.
animes? Yeah.
He's going to become like Demon King. And there's one scene where he like his power's unstable. And he goes like cast a spell to do something, like make fireworks.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it was exactly make fireworks. And like everyone's clothes ripped off and looks at his hand. He's like, nice. And he clenched his hand.
Nice.
And like, you can't nice that. That was an accident.
How about you, Weez? Been reading anything good?
I have been staying up late, so usually I read before I go to bed.
Yeah.
But I've just been staying up super late and then just getting in bed and falling asleep right away.
How
So,
late is late for you?
like 2,
I thought so.
That's pretty late, but I mean, you don't like
1:30.
have a normal job.
He does not.
So,
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, you really don't have
Screw
a job.
jobs.
So,
I mean, bathing the elderly is not really a normal job.
no, that's
Hey,
just a weird thing.
I sell things online, kind of.
To the elderly.
Yes, actually.
Yes, I scam.
The rich elderly.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I'm
Yep.
like, yeah.
You help your dad scam people on the internet. Oh, yes. Hello. This is Cornelius Bivouac Weeze. I am calling about your health insurance.
Do you have an iMac in the house? I believe it is broken.
You get this new chip to put in it that will fix all the problems, because otherwise there's this new update coming to it. It's deleting everything. You don't want to lose all your pictures.
And
all your
how you do
personal
that is you
information.
go to Dollar General,
So
you get a $50 iTunes card,
Card.
and you tell us the code on the back.
It's just to verify. You have to buy other $50 cards so we can get that for final payment.
Yes, we need two $50 Amazon cards. Let's see, how much is this manga? Okay. Yeah, so
Oh, I want the box set. Sorry, can we
Yeah.
move that up to $100
four
card?
$50 cards, please.
And you recently have to have hearing aid. I know how to fix. Let me install program on computer and you should hear perfect. Fix
So-
100% of time.
So yeah, that's what I've been up to.
Okay, cool. Been YouTube stuff.
Yeah, I've been working on stuff.
In
so.
YouTube stuff.
I don't know.
I played
trying to think
some
of stuff to
video
talk
games.
about.
I played the new Magic set. I got nothing
okay.
anime going on right now.
How's the new Magic set?
It's fun.
Nice.
I like it personally.
Unfortunately, in draft, werewolves kind of suck,
They always do.
which is kind of sad because it's like the werewolf set, but all the werewolves are kind of meh.
There's anti-werewolf stuff.
I
in
mean,
the new
some
set.
of them are fine, but like the blue-black control is like the best.
Blue-black control is usually pretty good in draft.
Yeah.
It just depends how good the aggro element is.
Yeah.
If blue-black control is gonna like reign supreme or not.
Mhm.
Especially nowadays, where like removal for blue and black have been
Yeah.
getting insane.
Yeah.
The other Friday when we played, I had 2 board wipes.
Oh,
and I
nice.
smeared McSnazzy pants until he cried.
Oh, that's cool.
Very nice.
What was he playing?
He was playing one of Louise's decks.
Oh,
okay.
the
Was it the Gross
Simic
Simic.
1/1 counters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Simic Slaw.
Simic counters.
So I've got so Volwater gave me a card, a new commander, right?
Yeah.
And what it does is when my stuff dies, it goes back into my hand. So
Whoa, what card is that?
It's a new card from the new set.
Oh.
It's an angel.
Oh yeah, that
Whenever
card.
your creatures die, it goes to your hand. Whenever an opponent creature dies, it gets exiled.
Yeah.
so I have another card. It's the one card that if you sacrifice it, all your stuff becomes indestructible.
Yeah.
So basically, what I do is I get my commander out now, and I play that card. And if anyone tries to kill me or attack me, sacrifice indestructible goes back to my hand. Next turn, it's back on the field.
Yep. And then you can
It's
always
pretty
block
great.
and you can always swing in.
Yep.
Yeah. Pretty cool combo.
Neither Volwater nor McSnazzy Pants really like that too much, but I loved it.
It was pretty great.
That is why white is like the nastiest color.
Well, I was doing a white-black combo. So then I
Okay.
got the vampires on the field and started wrecking them hard.
Oh, that's cool.
At one point, McSnazzy had flying to compete with my flying angels,
Yeah.
but then I board wiped them.
Nice. You guys are
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
have
you
to
did.
you guys are gonna have to play against my angel deck.
I would love that. Can we do it right now?
No.
Why not?
I mean the game would go pretty quickly, so
For you.
Sure.
more like for you guys.
Nah.
I didn't bring any magic decks, so it'd go very quickly for me.
I always got at least one. I bought a new deck tower.
Oh, cool.
Finally got one.
I
So-
have been not playing any Magic, and I've not been buying any Magic or
Good
looking
for
at any
you.
Magic. I guess.
So, I mean, for buying magic.
Oh yeah,
But I guess we should get on to Lucky Star.
we should.
It is time for Lucky Channel.
Lucky Star episode
Was it 6?
6.
No.
7.
It's 5?
I think it was 8.
I don't know.
I
We lost
don't
track
know.
because
We
of
lost
last
track
week.
because last week we didn't
just
watch
said
Lucky
that.
Star.
I just-
I am
I'm gonna-
looking.
I said it too.
You copy me, bro.
I didn't copy you. I just said it separately than you
Get out
after
of my
you
head.
did.
Get out of my head.
The eyes are watching.
It was episode 7.
Episode 7.
Episode 7.
Yeah.
We watched Lucky Star. This was a good episode.
This was a good episode.
All of them have been good episodes. But
Yes.
This one was a particularly. It had one bit that was really funny.
I don't know. There's a couple bits that were really good.
There was some
I know the one
really.
he's talking about.
There's so many
Yeah, I
things.
do too.
Lucky Star is weird because it's not like most of the time it's not laugh out loud funny. It's just kind of like
Chuckle fun.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's just like random conversations going on that are like so realistic. It's really weird how realistic the conversations feel. Like the writing style of this is crazy. So it's got like this like level of being an interesting conversation, but it's also just like an exact representation of what of this conversation actually happening. It feels like this person is writing out like these random little things that happened out throughout their day.
Well, it's crazy that they'll mention like, oh yeah, we were just talking about that last week.
Yeah, I also really like that the show doesn't feel completely disconnected from itself, because
Right.
a lot of shows like this do where it's just kind of like random little snippets in like daily life, and a lot of them are based off of like comic strip like style stuff.
Yeah.
So it's usually very disjointed because it's like this is this week's thing, and then next week it's like this other tiny joke. So having some of the like jokes and like things go throughout the entire show is really cool.
Like Konata, because she failed her math assignment. It was pushed on
Yeah.
her for this week.
And so, yeah, because you got to see like that from last week, it goes over. So there is a story. It's not just like completely random, which is nice. It's like Nichijou isn't really connected at all from from the few episodes we saw.
Yeah.
But like this is actually has like these things are going. You can also just see the progression of the school year, where at the beginning of it, like they're starting school and then they get to like the summer vacation and now they're like in the fall and season and whatever.
Yeah.
So we'll see. It went through the first part pretty quickly because there's 24 episodes and we're on 7.
Yes.
So we've got a ways to go. So I don't know if they're gonna go like past high school.
Well, they reference that there's
what?
going to be like a sports festival. And then they
Yeah.
reference that there's going to be a art festival.
So there might be a lot more in the second half than the
Right.
first half.
They still have to break out of the digital world yet.
And also like in the fall.
Also, yeah, because this will be their last year,
Yeah.
but it starts in the fall and then it goes until next year in the spring or whatever.
Japanese school.
So
is
I don't
weird.
know how they do school it. If they do it the same as us, then it would be fall to spring.
Yeah.
So that would make sense. That's like a long time. So
But I think what they'll also do is they also have a lot of just regular festivals like in the fall.
Yeah.
Japan does. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's a couple like fall like arcs.
yeah, so they're still doing that. I'm surprised they haven't done anything with Konata. Like they keep mentioning it, but they've never shown Konata in her job.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
her job, she started her job like way back in
Like
like
episode
episode 2
3.
or 3 or something.
Yeah.
So having her like mention it again was like, oh yeah, she still works.
I like how the animation has been getting better in a way.
Yeah.
It's been aging like wine in a way. Like the first 2 episodes were good.
Yeah.
And now it's like the older it gets, the
Yeah.
better the animation does. Like especially the whole bit with the younger girl, like she gets a new cell phone
Yeah.
and then she's trying to find her number and like the expression on her
It
face
was great.
is like so animated that it's weird.
There's something about this style of like humor and show of her just like it's so long. It's like 20 seconds
Yeah.
of her just like staring at her phone. It's probably longer than 20 seconds of her like staring at her phone just going eh, eh.
Well, it's because of how relatable it is. She like starts
Yeah,
saying,
she's like-
tongue out trying to think like, where is it?
Yeah, we
It's
can
great.
all remember like the first phone that we got. It's just like, how
Yeah.
do I
It's
work
like
this?
Yeah, it's like my phone number. Like you find everyone else's phone number. It's like, where's my phone number?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was great of her just like searching. Then eventually it like zooms out and they start talking. And then then by the end it's like,
Have you found your number yet?
So and then that like continues throughout the episode with her getting it thrown in the washer.
I feel so bad for her because like
And
her
then
she has her phone lost, and then you see like she at least got the little like
yeah,
frog guy.
and then she loses that too.
Yeah, that was sad.
Yeah, it was all right.
I don't know. That was
So-
heartbreaking.
So yeah, there was that. The funniest joke was the when they were doing before she loses it, the mean purple haired girl gets
The
called
older sister.
and is just like oh hey dad, yeah, I'm at school, we stayed late, we're coming home soon, okay bye. And then she calls the nice purple haired girl the younger sister, and it's his dad calling and it's like, yeah, I'm with everyone at the school. She's like, you think he would figure that she
Yeah.
was with me? And then Konata's just like, yeah, dads always worry about their daughters. And then it goes to Konata's dad. You're like,
First, it goes to her room, and her
yeah,
phone's
and
ringing.
her
on
phone's
desk.
ringing, and then her dad's just like sitting in the living room with the phone up to his ear.
And that goes all the way back to the joke where she was talking about,
Yeah.
yeah, I always forget my phone. Like nobody
Yeah.
ever calls me.
And
Yeah.
that was such a good reference because
she didn't even say
she
nobody.
said-
She
was
says
like,
only her dad.
my dad
Yeah.
ever calls me, and I usually forget it at home.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like, it didn't feel like a setup. And that's what's great about it is like a lot of shows you can tell when it's trying to set something up. Whereas in this show, they just talk about random stuff constantly. So you never know if they're actually like setting up something that they're going to mention later. So it just felt like a random offhand remark that would normally be in it. And then by the time it gets to the point where that joke comes, it just lands so perfectly because you weren't expecting that to be like the setup for it and everything.
I just like when they're on the bus home, the dad's still trying to call her.
Yeah. It like flashes back to him for like a half a second of him just
I love how
there.
this show is so good at the long form jokes.
yeah.
And like just even like not even just the jokes, but like calling back to like the story.
Yeah.
That just makes you remember previous episodes.
Yeah. And it feels like real life where they're just like, oh, remember when we were talking about that? And then it's like, as the audience, you remember too, because like, yeah, that's the first thing they talked about.
Yeah,
So-
when they're talking about the donut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that was perfect.
That was perfect.
really cool. I like how like the dentist thing is also a big reference
Yeah.
for the pink haired girl.
Yeah.
Like that's awesome. Like it's not even a joke. It's just like character
it's
development.
just random, character
The dentist
things.
finally, he was still
That's why
terrifying.
it feels so realistic.
It
Like,
does.
It's crazy how realistic it feels.
Like it feels like if we were all going to school together.
Yeah.
Like right now, like if we'd say hi to each other, it's like, oh, what'd you do? It's like, oh, I just went to the dentist.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's it.
So
kind of like school, except a bit different where I went to school at.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, where you went to school as, if you talk to the wrong person, you get shanked.
Where I went to school, there was an elementary kid who got caught with a pound of weed in his locker. No joke.
I worked at the gas station next to that school, and there was kids that did drug deals in the back of the gas station.
I was one of those kids who also went inside and bought donuts from you guys.
I wasn't working there at the time, so
Yeah, Boom's like 45 years old and Pyrolis is like
with my head
12.
cold, I probably sound like that right now.
But yeah, you also aren't like a 17-year-old female Japanese student. So
I am not, no.
Neither am I.
that also makes it
Or
slightly
you.
different. Well,
I think he's at least a female.
yeah, I'm definitely not a student.
Yeah.
I graduated or dropped out or something.
Only 2 of those things are wrong, and I won't tell you which ones.
There's 2 truths and a lie here. Find out which is which.
Wow.
The Lucky Star show
Oh,
was amazing.
that was good.
That about made me curl over and like die
Oh
laughing.
my goodness.
Because like the previous episode, the child actress girl was getting so mad at the guy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then they referenced the whole like makeup contest thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm guessing for a bit or whatever, the show host like had the guy like dress up as like the makeup
Yeah.
thing. And like you just open up to this girl totally like dead face angry, and this guy just standing there with pigtails in his hair.
I think they mentioned something about pigtails in the last episode.
They did,
I
yeah.
don't remember
They've
what it
been
was.
mentioning it for the past 2 episodes.
Yeah, and it was something about like she was gonna do it, but they did it on him instead.
And the minute, and he was like, "What, you want me to talk? Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right. Are you okay? Okay."
His fake opening was great of
That was
like,
cool.
oh, hi, Lucky.
Yeah, he tried to raise his voice. I mean, get his voice more. Oh, Lucky!
That was great.
He was also in the main show.
He was.
A lot longer this time.
Yeah, and he was also with Konata's like joke that went throughout the whole episode of her
Yeah.
being like this weird
Prim and proper lady.
yeah, prim and
High-class.
proper high class lady,
Yeah.
which was funny.
Yeah, he walked up and he's like, Sebastian.
Yeah,
his name
she's
is
like,
Butler. What?
Sebastian, thank
That
you.
was that was a Black Butler reference.
Yeah,
Is it?
Yeah.
Probably.
Sebastian is the butler.
Sebastian is the name of a butler in a lot of shows.
Yeah, but like I guess the main one would be Black Butler,
All right.
I guess.
it's hard to tell because Lucky Star's so old.
Yeah.
It's like, when did this come out? Was this a reference?
I'm pretty sure the manga Black Butler was out.
Probably. Yeah.
I want my butler to be named Alfred.
Everybody does.
Alfred.
They also mentioned
open the
Full
computer.
Metal. I don't
They
know
do,
if they're
yes.
talking about Full Metal Alchemist or Full Metal
They
Panic.
mentioned the
Or
manga
Full
coming
Metal.
out.
There's another one that's
Full
called
Metal Disco Party. Dun, 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 dun.
Probably Full Metal Alchemist because I think that was really popular when it came out.
Yeah.
And yeah, it would be around that time because I like the manga started a long time ago and ended in like 2016 or something.
Yeah, it
Like,
ended.
It
I
ended.
guess recently, but not
Yeah.
really. That was like
But like
4
compared
years
to
ago?
Lucky Star, it would still be
5
coming
years
out,
ago
so-
now.
Almost 6.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it makes sense that would be like a popular thing to reference.
Yeah. I'm still like distraught over the fact that there's some 12-year-olds that were born in like 2009.
Oh yeah, that is crazy.
That's
Yeah.
weird for me to think.
Yeah.
I got a sister who's one of those.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I remember. That's
crazy.
gotta be weird.
Yeah, I don't really visit her, so I just ignore her, basically. Not gonna lie.
So yeah, Lucky Channel was great.
Lucky Channel was pretty good.
The show
Her-
overall is just improving, like
Yeah.
leaps and bounds.
I think what it is it's not really improving. It's the same thing. It's just we're just getting more and more invested with the world because it keeps on building up.
Well,
to
that's
it.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
the
Like it gets better.
characters- It's all the character development. It's
Yeah,
like
that's
the
what-
only thing that's in the show.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Is like the first 2 episodes were okay, but you're kind of
Yeah.
confused.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point here? What are we doing here? Why are we watching this?
Yeah.
And then like the more you get into it, is you just realize that you're just here to watch random life.
Yeah.
And it's great because there's so many jokes. They feel realistic. It's not like
Yeah.
it's forced.
There's so many relatable things of just like small things that it's like, oh yeah, I remember. Like they're not as many that I like do right now, but things that I remember doing.
Yeah.
It feels like when I was there, when I was like younger than them and around their age, I
Yeah.
felt like a lot of those things that they're talking about, I remember like doing or thinking about.
I
So-
feel like if I would have watched this show, say when I was like 15,
Yeah.
I would relate to this show a lot more. Just because it's like random kid stuff
Yeah.
that as a 15-year-old you would remember like 2 years ago doing,
hmm
and just like, oh yeah, I remember like talking about how like you eat your food with your friends. And,
Yeah.
like,
I relate to Konata so hard on so many
Oh
levels.
my goodness.
During school, and even now, I'll play games until like 2 in the morning. Then I'll go to sleep. I'm like, oh yeah, let's go to school now.
I mean, we can all relate to like
There was, yeah. I relate probably the most to purple haired, the younger purple haired girl.
Yeah.
Because I sleep all the time.
Is it bad
Her-
or I relate to the older purple-haired girl the most?
Also, like, I want to be like blue haired girl. I'm probably more like pink haired girl.
Your mowiness does shine
Yeah,
very
It
well.
does.
It does shine through. But I don't know. I'm kind of a mixture. There's parts of them. There's parts of blue haired girl that I'm really like, and then there's a lot of parts of like, I don't know. Of like
I just
purple haired
realized
girl and
yeah.
and pink haired girl.
I realize I'm just really strict, and I kind of put like non-fun things ahead of doing fun things, and I'm just like, huh, this is reminding me of myself. I don't know if I like it too much.
People look at me and they don't think I'm the athletic person that I can turn out to be.
That's true.
I've chased you around a yard like
Yeah.
5 times.
She also did that thing with the angry purple haired girl where she just like patted her head and like petted her.
That's
and,
what
like,
I do to Boom all the time when he gets mad at me.
I know.
Yeah, you do that, and that's exactly what I was remembering.
Yeah.
When that scene came out, I'm
Yeah, I
like,
was like, oh
Pyros
my
does that to me all the
goodness.
time.
Yeah, I do.
Am I just angry purple hair?
I'm just blue-haired girl, man.
And
I do
I'm
the same
just-
thing to Wheeze.
And I'm just sleepy.
And then you do the
purple-haired
weird
girl.
voices too.
I do, yes.
You do the Okabe voice all the time.
And I'll act all...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're into like super obscure like anime
And manga.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
Wow.
I should work at a maid cosplay
So
place
is
now.
Baka-Talk just Lucky Star,
Baka-Talk
but
is
podcast
Lucky Star.
form?
Why are you listening to this podcast? You should just be watching the Lucky Star.
I'm get a part-time job at a maid cosplay over in Grand Rapids.
That would be funny.
I'm doing it.
Take pictures.
I will. I'll be like, welcome home, master. How may I serve you?
You're gonna look like that magical girl anime where the girls turn in like big muscular men.
How may I serve you today? Meow.
Yeah, they're like the little white cat ears with the tail.
Oh, that's great.
Meow. Here's your food made with extra love.
Oh, you need your table adjusted? Just lifts up whole table.
I'm sorry, I spilled that drink for you. Rub, rub, rub.
Oh, I think that's where we end it for today.
I think so.
Thank
Before
you.
Pyrolus gets any more ideas.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out our Baka-Talk Twitter at TalkBaka. Check out Baka-Talk on the Gmails, where you can send us an email at ask
At askbakatalk@gmail.com.
Baka-Talk@gmail.com. You can search Baka-Talk in Google and you'll find us everywhere, like on Anchor, where you can find all the places that you can listen to us, like all the main podcast places and even some obscure ones.
Yep.
On Spotify and Apple iTunes, where you can leave us a review, and Google Podcast, where you can't leave us a review, but you can subscribe.
What can you do on Google Podcasts?
You can subscribe to people.
Cool.
Kind of like Spotify, I guess.
Okay.
So
That's true.
yeah, Apple's the only one that like has anything else besides.
Because they were the first,
Okay.
basically. Like, they built out their whole, like, platform
That
first.
makes sense. Let's see. Is there anything else
YouTube.
for Baka-Talk?
YouTube.
Baka-Talk on YouTube it's called Baka-Talk Studios,
Yeah.
where you can watch us play through Steins Gate and also find these episodes there on YouTube form if you prefer watching YouTube videos that
You're not really watching.
you like
listen.
but like if you want to listen to it through YouTube, if you prefer your battery to die, unless you have YouTube Premium, and then you can like turn your screen on.
Well, the way I figure it is we're kind of like giving people that have like desk jobs an option.
Yeah.
Like, they just put it on the background.
Yeah.
And just minimize it. Like, you don't have to watch it at all. And
Yeah.
you can't get in trouble with your boss.
And YouTube's
so.
pretty user friendly because it'll like save
Yeah.
where you're at pretty
And it gives us
consistently.
another spot for interaction.
Yeah, you can
because-
comment there.
Yeah.
Let's go. But also, like, the big main attraction is the Steins Gate playthrough, which we need to continue
Yes,
to
we
this
do.
next episode, because the first episode was so much fun. So go watch that. It's the only gaming content I have on the internet. Let's go.
Yep. Hopefully a lot more to come. So.
Yeah. So where can they find you, Pyrolus?
At Pyrolus 2, of course.
On Twitter.
Tweeter.
And then you can message him and at him, and then he'll see it and it'll pop up a notification. You can be like, your takes all suck. Manga's garbage. It's all in black and white.
I may yell at you if you eat a fruit roll while I'm at your house without letting me know that you have fruit roll ups.
2 questions. How are you at some random person's house? And how do you know they have fruit roll-ups?
That's not something I need to answer now, is it?
I feel like it is.
I feel like it's not.
So
Okay.
yeah, if you want a stalker, you can at him. Also, boom, where can they find you?
They can find me on the Tweetbirds at at SirBoom9.
Nice.
And if they want to listen to another podcast, they can listen to Look Behind You.
It's a bottle of ginger beer.
On that podcast, I talk with some of my other friends about the paranormal, supernatural, stuff like that.
Yeah.
We're gonna go into some more science-y stuff in the next couple weeks, so that's gonna be fun. You can also check us out on Look Behind You on YouTube as well, where we also have a more random podcast where we talk about video games, movies, and just kind of random stuff. So
Very cool.
yeah.
You can check me out on YouTube. It's just KBW. You can also find me on TikTok. Also on Instagram
I
and
feel like-
Twitter.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I feel like your soul just died a little bit when you said TikTok. Just the way your
Yeah.
voice went.
Yeah. All of those are just KBW Author. At KBW Author for Twitter. So
His YouTube is KBW Wrestling. Don't
no,
let him fool
no,
you.
it's just KBW. Search KBW Anime and you'll find me. Don't search KBW Wrestling.
I'm pretty sure they can actually Google you, and
You
they
can
find
Google
you.
me and I think you will find me, but there's a lot of other KBW stuff too, so it's a little bit trickier to find me.
Right, but if you Google like KBW author,
Yeah. If you Google KBW Author, I'll pop up, or KBW Anime, I'll
Yeah.
probably pop up. So, yeah. you can find me in all those places. Go follow my Instagrams. And I guess I'm on Facebook too, because I can post on Instagram and then it just auto post like the same thing to Facebook. So
Oh yeah, because they're
there you go.
they owned by the same company.
Yeah, both on Instagram's like Facebook's thing.
Yep.
So anyways, check me out on all those places. Most of them are just like, go watch my YouTube videos. I don't care about these, but you know, you can still check me out there if you want to be a big supporter, my biggest fan. Thank you so much.
Who are you kidding? You just want to watch YouTube.
Yeah, I just want them to watch YouTube, but
I mean,
if they
that's
wanna,
that's your gig.
yeah, if
YouTube.
they want to follow me everywhere, then that's cool. You know,
Yeah.
numbers go up, make me happy.
Can I follow you everywhere?
Sure. I mean, not
You
literally.
just gave him permission to physically follow you.
Nah.
And I can do it not in secret.
No. So that's all for us today. Thank you so much for listening and consuming this podcast. Keep watching manga and reading anime. And that's all for us. Ciao, meow.
See y'all later.
Come back soon, Master. Nya. He literally just stays home all the time. Like, I don't have to follow him far.
Please help me.